Your mom and dad. Your mom and dad. Your mom and dad. Your mom and dad.
Well, welcome home, family. It's your mom and dad.
Your mom and dad.
Your mom and dad and Lee are here. Hello,
Hi.
Lee. Listen, family, the air is cooking, or
Try again?
the AC is pumping right
Yeah.
now. So pardon the noise, but it is hot.
I think it's 3,000 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's something genuinely like 104 right now. So
You know what's crazy to think about is like back in the 50s, people didn't have AC. Wow. Like AC wasn't a thing. Like imagine just working in some building and it's just like no AC. And they were wearing like suits.
and by the way, too,
Like,
they were
like suits with hats.
And by the way, too, they were ripping cigs the whole time. It's just like 100 degrees.
Cigarettes, 100 degrees. Probably 105. If it's 105 outside, it's
Well,
110
no,
inside.
Climate change, it's probably hotter
Okay,
now. But still, it's
so hot.
No AC.
And you're in a full 3-piece suit with a tie and some sort of gangster hat, and you're ripping cigs inside. And it is people must have just been drenched in
yeah,
sweat
you're just
24/7.
drenched 24/7, and it is how it is.
We're all soft now. We're like, the AC isn't how I like it. Back
Yeah.
then, they're like, what's AC?
Well, thank you for the AC. So that's going to be ripping today.
Did you just thank God for the AC? That
I
was
just
really
thanked
nice.
everyone, anyone and everyone for the AC. Okay, so here's the thing, family. We have one of your most favorite, we'll call one of your most favorite uncles.
Yes.
Comedian uncles coming in.
Pod Uncle.
Pod
Punkle.
Uncle coming in shortly.
Yes.
And
We're very
it's
excited.
been a while since we spoke to him. And for those of you who have been with us for a long time, for many years through Chatty Broads, then you know who this is. And it's just a wonderful treat. And if you are new to your mom and dad, well, get ready. It's going to be your new favorite pod uncle. Of course, Lee is the favorite. Lee's the
Lee's-
favorite.
I wouldn't. I guess he is Uncle Lee. People
He's
call him
Uncle Lee.
Uncle
He's
Lee.
Uncle Lee.
But there's always two types of uncles.
Maybe it's more like brotherly or stepfatherly, perhaps.
Stepdadly.
Stepdad.
Yeah, but but
Yeah.
stepdads have kind of like the, like when you hear stepdad, you actually
Yeah.
think like doesn't have the
It's
greatest
gotta be
like,
like cool stepdad.
Yeah,
like guy
he's-
who came in who has like a motorcycle
Yeah.
and he's like whoa. You know
He's
what
your
I mean?
great stepdad. He's super nice. He takes you to Disneyland all the time. Stepdad Lee.
Okay, stepdad Lee. I mean, I'm also in favor of just having two uncles that are very different, like I've had. You know what I mean? Which is like you can have an uncle who's like Uncle Lee, who's just like chill and sweet and kind, and then you have another uncle that is just like the wild man that you're like, dude, wait till he shows up. He's gonna do something crazy today. Like, you know what I mean? We can all have different types of uncles
True,
too. So
true. Well,
I don't
then-
mind having a different
All right,
vibe.
we're double uncling it up today. But before we bring in this uncle, we have to go over what's going to be going on for the next couple
Little
weeks.
housekeeping.
100%, because as you know, starting September 28th, we've got the Golden Bachelor and the Bachelor in Paradise coming on the same nights, and we also have the new Love is Blind coming on the 22nd. We're going to be covering all of those, but for the next couple weeks, we just wanted to give you a overview so you can prepare of what our schedule is going to be. So, on Friday, Love is Blind after the altar is coming. So we're going to be able to catch up. It's 3 episodes, and I believe they all drop on the same day on Friday. And it's 3 episodes where we're going to be able to catch up with our faves, Tiffany and Brett, see how they're doing. We get to hear from Chelsea and Kwame. We get to see how Micah's doing, Paul, maybe Irina. So we're excited that that is coming. So we are going to be covering that next week. So watch that on Friday or
watch
over
all
this
those.
weekend. And on next Wednesday and Friday, we're going to be splitting that in half, probably, and recapping the first half on Wednesday and the second half on Friday. And then the following week, we're going to be covering the Bachelor in Paradise cast list, predictions, thoughts, all of those exciting things. And then the following week, we are going to be getting into the cast list of The Golden Bachelor, because apparently that's dropping today.
Oh.
And I'm so excited. It's dropping today
We're
as
do
you're
our
listening.
cast bio breakdown.
Yes, we're going to do a cast bio breakdown with the women of the Golden Bachelor.
Wow.
Which will be
This will be
so
completely
fun.
unprecedented.
Yes, it's
All
going to
right.
be a whole new thing. I can't wait. And then following that, we're going to be getting into the new season of Love is Blind. So that's the overview. That's the schedule. Hope it makes sense. We'll be posting about it on Instagram and everything to make sure that everyone is all caught up.
Mm-hmm.
But prepare yourselves. That is what the next couple weeks are going to look like.
Got a lot coming up.
We really do.
Got a lot. Got some good stuff for September, and then once that what October hits, is that what it is? October.
Is
Is that what's after September?
Yeah.
Once October hits too, end of September, October, it's going to be just insane the amount of stuff going on at once.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll actually be September will actually be really nice because it'll be kind of nice for us to focus on a couple things leading up and
taking our time.
Ramp
We
up.
go full force.
And we lose our minds watching so much reality television at
So
once.
much. We will become reality TV, which really is what we are anyway, right? There's just no cameras around most of the time. We're just all reality TV.
Whoa, deep, bro. Whoa, dude. AI. Whoa. Could you do the reality TV?
I don't know.
Like, you remember Life of Ryan, the skateboarder, when we were growing up? It was like, could you do Life of Lee, and they just followed you around every day, all day?
Probably if I didn't think about it. Like if I could get to a place where I'm not conscious of it.
You just get high enough to where you're just like they don't exist, right?
Maybe we can start one day by putting a camera on you. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna have to charge more.
I love the idea of Lee being this
Lee's
super
fee's
chill.
gonna go up when
Yeah,
the camera's
big
on.
time. I love the idea of Lee just being this super chill guy, but in his personal life, he's just absolutely insane. And we put the cameras on him, and he's just partying every night, losing his mind, jumping off the roof into a pool, just insane behavior.
Yeah, this is just like a performance art piece.
Yeah, you've just been performing this entire time.
He is an artist, so it's hard to know what's real.
That's very true.
I mean, I don't know what's real.
Whoa, bro. You guys are way too deep this morning.
Thanks, we're on one. Well, let's get more deep. Let's
Yes.
get weird. Let's get deep. Let's do it all with Craig Conant.
Punkle.
All right, let's
get into
bring
it.
in Craig.
I know, a tomato just be a tomato. It doesn't get gassed. You know they gas tomatoes to make them red.
Oh yeah.
Are we rolling? Are we just giving all the people all the bad news?
The camera's good.
Yeah, the cameras are rolling.
Yeah, sounds.
Yes, they're trying to kill you.
Making your tomatoes red.
Enjoy your donuts. I just did.
You had a donut?
Oh, it's
stopped
so
at the
good. That's my
donut
favorite spot.
Oh,
The spot
down the street.
by my
It's
house?
So good.
It's the
The one
best
across
little-
from the gas station?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's our spot.
Fuck all these trendy.
no.
Dude.
Fuck a sidecar. Fuck a fruity pebble donut. Give me a glaze from little abuelita down the
Hell
way.
yeah.
That's the best shit I ever had in my
Dude.
life.
Delicious.
It's so good.
Do you feel the same way about ice cream?
The little mom and pop shop.
No, I'm just saying nowadays
like
I'll
the
walk
salt and straw.
just the other day I walked into an ice cream shop with me and Ember and I was like, we're going to get a little scoop. Every flavor was just the stuff I've
Jolly Rancher
rhubarb.
Blast
No, it was
or,
like
you know, yeah.
rhubarb, rhubarb,
Yeah.
seagrass, extract. It was just like, dude, what am I eating? Where's the mint chip?
Lavender fucking
No.
bee ass.
Yeah, it
You're
was-
like, what the
Bird's
fuck,
bees.
dude? Give me some brownies. No, I know what you mean. I
It
got
was-
really into it, and then I got out of it real quick.
It was literally every flavor you could not give to a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
She's like, what flavor is this? I was like, it says wheatgrass stew. I don't know what that's going to
It's
be
roast
like.
beef and horseradish.
Dude, I'm like, I don't know what this is.
I know.
And she's like, do they have chocolate? I was like, no, but they have vanilla, but it's made from, some weird
Yeah.
thing, made from tomato
It's
juice.
vegan. It
Yeah.
comes from a beaver's asshole. Castorum. Look that up. That's a fun fact.
Beaver's asshole?
It's called castorum. It replaces vanilla, strawberry, and
Yeah.
raspberry flavorings.
And
It's
it's
in cookies,
beaver.
candies, crackers, breakfast cereals, even perfume. It's on your wife's neck. That's why you're attracted to her. No, you're like, give me that beaver's ass. I'm just kidding. I just got jokes, y'all. Pow, 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 pow. That's true, though. Google's. I learned that from Food Babe.
How do you learn that?
Food babe.
No,
TikTok.
I mean, like, who's the
TikTok.
first person that uses a beaver's ass?
Oh, that's in my act.
As-
I do
Oh,
a
you
joke
do- oh.
because it's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. And then I just say, like, I just have questions
You're
that
just
we all
asking some
do. Like, who
questions.
figured this out? Like, how?
That is I thought you were joking.
No, that's a fun
real.
fact.
Yeah.
That's my
it's
Snapple
real.
fact for the day.
That's a horrific fact.
It's a horrible Snapple fact.
They don't
It's
put that
true.
on the lid, but it's in the ingredients. Got him. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyhow, how are you?
How have you been?
How's the fam?
Oh, well, family. Family. We are here.
Yeah.
We are here with your favorite uncle. He owns cats.
Oh.
He's a doctor.
I am? When did that happen? I'm a doctor in the fun facts.
It's Greg Conant.
Wow,
your
welcome.
favorite uncle, the comedian. This is the family, so now
Okay.
you're one of our fave uncles.
I'm Dr. Green Thumb.
How are the plants going?
Oh my God, I love my plants. I love my cats.
Oh, you have 4 cats now.
Yes. Everywhere you look, there's a cat.
Are cats kind of like the more you get, the more they take care of each other, or is it all independent? Like having 1 cat is like having 4 cats.
They take care of each other, but Boo is a little finicky. She doesn't love the kittens. But everyone else gets along. Mister's just kind of a gangster. He'll just slap fools as they walk by. They don't mess with him.
him.
Yeah. He's
Do
got
they
the
all
bow tie.
sleep with you?
Yeah. On some nights I get all 4, but most of the nights 2 to 3.
Where do they pile? All over?
Mister sometimes goes on my head. He'll sleep on my head or above it or next to my head. And then Boo is by my feet and Thelma's by my hip and Luis is in the corner or on the those little benches at the end of the bed.
It's a cat pile.
Yeah.
It's a real cat pile.
It's the best. And I wake up and I'm just happy.
Yeah.
And I don't need your antidepressants. I said that word wrong. I don't need you, Big Pharma. I got 4 cats. One wasn't enough. I kept going.
They're like, well, we do want to, get you on this SSRI, and you're like, but I do have 4 cats, and they're like, you know what? Thank you for bringing that up. You do not need this.
I'm gonna get in. I'm a doctor. Come see me. You should get a cat. And
No,
then that's
not
not
one
working.
cat.
Get 2 cats.
You rent one of your
Try-
cats
Not
out.
enough. Still testing. Take here. Double down. 4 cats.
4 cats.
Look who's happy now.
4 cats is that the secret number?
It's getting too dark. Huh? Okay, I got us good. Move to the beach. Let's go positive. I drink a lot of caffeine. I'm sorry.
And then you got the plants too.
So many. I love them. I planted 3 strawberry bushes for the Armageddon, and I've gotten 4 strawberries in the last month.
Really glad Armageddon didn't happen for your sake.
I've
I don't
survived.
think that would have worked out.
He's got 4 cats and 4 strawberries.
They each get a strawberry, and then you die.
I'm eating their food.
I have a question for you. I saw that there on TikTok is a sound trending. I believe it's from Theo Vaughn's podcast when he had a coroner on, and the coroner was saying that your cats will eat you immediately if you die in your apartment alone. How do you feel about that?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Circle of life.
Yeah, you love your cats.
Yeah. I hope they bury me in the backyard.
Are you ever nervous about if you have a really deep sleep?
No.
Did they mistake you for
I
dead?
could wake up to nibbles. Mister chews on my head. In
He's
my
just-
hair.
he's
He'll pull my
testing.
hair.
He's
yeah.
going, let me just make this sure that it tastes good
Usually 'cause
before
he's
I
hungry.
really dive in.
I'm like, wow, I'm sleeping here.
They're like, bite you, and they're like, oh, nope, still alive.
A dog will eat you too. They just wait way longer. I
That's
remember
what-
that study.
That's what the coroner was saying. He was like, yeah, your dog's going to eat you too. Not a lab. He said labs never eat.
I knew
their
it.
owner.
There's something about those labs.
Yeah, the labs won't, but they're
Loyal.
like, but small dogs will, and we have 2 small dogs, so now I'm keeping a sharp eye.
The smaller the dog, the more cat-like I've experienced. The bigger the dog, the less cat-like. Our little Ashley, who's like a 8-pound Chihuahua, that's as close to a dog could ever be.
Yeah.
She's like,
She can't even
she's
climb
by her-
trees though, bro.
without the cat abilities. She'd be like, it's like when a human's raised by wolves.
Yeah.
She'd be like wanting to join the cat crew, and then they're all like, come up to this tree, and she's like, I can't. I think that's the vibe she gives off.
Mr. Cat has dog vibes because he was raised with dogs the first few years of his life.
Oh, so they'd be friends.
Yeah.
Kind of meet in the middle.
Yeah, it's a good vibe. You'll see him every now and then. You seen the TikTok
Really?
of that cat being like a pit bull, and it's so funny.
Lifts his leg to pee.
Yeah, he doesn't even know. You're a cat.
Oh, but Craig, it's been so long. How have you been? Tell us
I'm
everything.
good. It's been on the road. Just got a bunch of cats.
How has the road been? Because I know the last time we checked in, you were a tired man. You were doing a lot of road.
I'm only doing 51 cities this year. Oh God.
51 cities, but how many shows per city? How many shows do you normally do per city?
Some cities I'll do 6 shows.
Right.
Oh
I do a
my
lot of shows.
So we're doing 300,
I don't like
400
talking about it.
shows.
Look at it, just going like this. No, I'm living my dream and I love it. I'm learning how to enjoy it more. But when it's a volume of work like that, you do get a little like, oh dear,
Yeah.
oh dear God, and
That's
then you get this
insane.
ball of anxiety in your stomach. But you just learn how to operate amongst chaos, because that's what it is. It's chaos. A million different flights, a million different shows, a million different people. Not yet, but we're getting there.
Theater
It's
scene.
already here. Namaste.
You already
Fatal.
have it.
Yeah, that's how the trick of.
What does that mean, by the way?
Hmm.
People talk about that. Like, you need the secret to manifesting is that you already have it.
Yeah, that shit. It's in
But
the.
if you don't have it, how do you have it?
I'm gonna try to sound. That's the tricky part. That's where it's real hard to manifest.
I'm always trying to understand what they mean when they
You're
say like
you're
you
supposed to
already
bel-
have it. I'm like, but I don't. I could show you that I don't.
Yeah, you trick your mind. According, I'm gonna try to sound smart right here. Let's
Okay.
quote some shit.
Yeah, here we
Dr.
go.
Wayne Dyer is my favorite. He's an OG.
Okay.
But he quotes this shit called the Tao, and I just listen to his audiobooks on YouTube. I'm not an avid reader. I don't know if you could tell.
I'm an Audible
But
fan.
YouTube, Audible, fantastic. Anyways, that's what even Jesus said, or Yeshua, or whatever. Like, you can't pray. You can't. You have to pray like you already have it. That's the whole trick. But it's like, I don't have $1 million.
Yeah,
How
but
the
then-
fuck am I
But
supposed
then
to
you
have $1
check
million?
your
bucks?
bank account and it's
And
not
then-
there.
But that's the whole trick, and that's
Yeah.
why it's so hard, and not everybody could do it. But once you get on that vibration, that whole vibration shit, I sound like a dumb, but go Google it. Go Google it. I told you the names.
So,
Dr. Wayne Dyer.
so have you been vibrating while you're on tour?
Yeah, you can feel it. You vibrate higher, and it's just like this shit. It sounds so. We make everything so complex. There was this one. I think it was Confucius, but the emperor came to him, and then they're like, "What do you have to say?" And he said, "Do good things, you feel good. Do bad things, you feel bad."
Everyone's like,
And everyone was like, "No." The emperor was mad. He's like, "My 5-year-olds could have told me that." And he's like, "Precisely. Like, that's the whole point. That's how simple shit is. But we complex things."
it's actually
And these are
really
my
true.
bootleg definitions, by the way. But the gist is in there. The gist is in there, yeah.
Damn.
I
Okay.
just follow the great teachers. From Nas to Damian Marley to Dr. Wayne Dyer, they all put it in their shit. You hear the truth.
Have you been on a spiritual path lately? Because I feel like I've been seeing on Instagram that you are on a spiritual journey.
Yeah, I've been trying to get rid of this lizard brain and live from Christ consciousness. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! Can we
Trying to
hear
get
more
around.
about
Oh
this?
my God,
I've been
Craig.
drinking Jesus juice.
Oh my God,
Oh.
Craig.
I'm on that Christ oil, son.
my
Who's
God.
coming with me?
Craig, are you a Christian now?
Christ oil.
I mean, yeah, kind of, but I always been my whole life. I've been drinking ayahuasca and listening
Oh,
to
no.
Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Okay.
What's funny about me is I'm such a weirdo. It's like basically picking apart the Bible and calling out its discrepancies where it was rewritten by the Roman Catholic Church to instill fear in you to get your
Right.
money.
Yes, yes.
So like him picking it apart and telling me what's what is making me believe in it. Isn't that
Whoa,
funny?
that makes
It's
sense.
like the
though.
opposite.
but it
So I'm like, that makes
sense.
logical sense. I could get behind that.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm on that Christ shit. I love that fool.
You need that's merch.
Yeah.
I'm on that
I'm on
Christ
that
shit.
Christ shit. What side?
And then you start selling Christ oil. That's how.
It's just rosemary oil. It smells good.
Craig's
No
gonna-
beaver's assholes. A part of this.
No, the devil's in the beaver's ass.
We
That
don't.
sounded bad, but you know, they lie to you. They trick you. Yeah, I didn't want that.
Wow.
But no, I just picture Craig out on the road. You're like, he's taking out the discrepancies, how the Catholic Church then was making it about money and power, and then all of a sudden you're into it, and then all of a sudden you're selling merch, Christ oil
Yeah.
as merch, and you're
I got
deep
my
into
own church.
capitalism. You're just-
Said my books will be open and I'll share the wealth. I get 10%. It's only fair.
You know what? I would absolutely go to your church.
Yeah.
If you started a church,
All they have to
That's a
do is
church I'd
open
be-
the books, and everyone be like, "What
Whoa.
the fuck?
see that already
Pay
sounded.
my mortgage." You know, because it's
Wow.
just.
But-
Yeah.
But I felt like you even just saying that. All I have to do is open the books.
Open the books.
See, that
What are you
showed-
doing with all that money?
That showed that I'm in.
Looks
I'm in.
nefarious.
Yes.
How many planes you need? You're one man. You know, it's fucking false prophets. Get the fuck out of here, TV Angelus. Jesus is in the bush.
TV Angela.
You got the hair for it.
No, I'm Stoner Jesus. Come to
That's
my
what
church.
I was gonna say. You got Jesus hair, or at least 80s Jesus.
Give me all your money. I give you one donut.
That was my church.
I know. Yeah.
Go to church
Mine
and get
too.
a donut.
It was a good donut.
I
was
did
a good
love a
donut. It
donut.
was the type of donut down here. It
So
wasn't like
mass
we
produced.
It wasn't, but it also wasn't like the type of donut now where it's like gourmet and it's $19 for a
Yeah.
single donut. It was a simple.
It was a
Simple
proper
donut.
sprinkles donut.
Yeah.
Delicious. And you know what? I would get more than one because they'd have piles of them. And I'm like, I guess if I'm given 20% over here, I'm going to
Yeah.
have a couple
Is that what they're up
donuts.
to now? Is it 20?
I think it was always, at least where we were, it was always 20%.
I never
Maybe it was.
paid
was it 20?
attention.
I think it
I
was 20.
downloaded one
Maybe it's-
prayer,
oh, 10,
and then
10,
I was on my way.
Downloaded it. You're like, got it.
Got
We're
it.
locked in.
Thank you for the program. No, it was a good one. It was the Our Father. That's a good one.
Oh, the classic.
Yeah.
The hits.
OG. That's all I need.
I mean, that's
Like,
like.
that other stuff's extra credit. I don't need nothing else.
Just give me the main one.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're saying you're drinking the ayahuasca? Are you saying drinking the ayahuasca on
What do you think
on
I
a
had
regular
before I
ba-
came here?
Like, how often are you drinking the ayahuasca?
No, just like monthly. No, I've only done it 10 times since I've discovered it. It's the best thing that ever happened to you. It just connects you to consciousness, and you see light and dark or energy.
I have not. We have not done ayahuasca.
No.
The veil of the universe is revealed, and everyone asks me to describe it. It's like describing the world. It's impossible to encapsulate it, but it is just consciousness. It's a sentient being, I will say that, and you can co-create with it, and you can go light or dark, and no matter which path you choose, you'll come out cleaner on the other side. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
The dark, you
Interesting.
come out extra clean, but of course, it's a little scary over there. But you don't have to. You just go,
But you can choose.
yeah. It's choose your own adventure. People don't tell you that. And you don't shit your pants. It's a fucking lie.
But you can't vomit.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard about the vomiting.
Oh, I'll be purging some demons, dog.
Have
Why
you done the
think I keep
trip?
going back?
Have you done like the trip where you go to a different country and a lot of people go
Not
to like
yet.
Peru and
Not
stuff.
yet.
Okay, so not you
Just
haven't.
go to the valley.
You're, you're like
I got a shaman over the hills.
You're like, I'm going to my shaman in Van Nuys, where they they take you into an old gas station.
No, it's not that shady. But I'm sure that does exist. So buyer beware.
Yeah, right.
My dude's a fucking OG. I call him Yoda. This fool's been sitting with the medicine 23 years.
Wow.
Wow.
He's I'll just say he's not white, so I trust him. You know what I mean? He's indigenous.
Smart.
Or he's a man of the land. He said,
Yeah.
you want to be. It's just like anything. There's good lawyers, bad lawyers. There's good doctors, bad doctors. You want a good one.
Yeah.
You don't want my cousin shaman. You don't want that.
My cousin shaman.
That's a bad shaman.
Do you feel like it's kind of like I'm always warring with the idea of consciousness in general. Do you feel like I almost feel like the more that I tap in, it can be amazing, or I can find myself much more sensitive and much more like
But it's a
weighed
good
down
thing.
by things.
You can get it could when you go back, because you basically tap into eternal love or consciousness or light or whatever. So coming back to our world, you're just like, oh God, this doesn't feel like that. So it can be a shock in that sense.
Got it.
But if anything, it just gives you a deeper understanding of how we're just all one. Like basically loose beliefs that I kind of had just because I'm a fan of John Lennon and Bob Marley.
Right.
You drink it and you're like, oh, it's like two-step verification. You're like, that's what these fools saw. You
Right,
know, we
right.
all are all one. So many people have said it. Ancient teachers from Yeshua or Jesus to Buddha to whatever, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a reoccurring theme here. And until it's like I said, I believed it, but then you drink that and you go, oh shit. That hungry guy on the hill is just me in a different form of energy. Like, does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
We're just different radio frequencies picking up different, like, I don't know. Just follow the nerds. I don't know. I understand it. I don't know how to regurgitate
Yeah,
it.
it's like we're just
And I just feel like I sound like a dumb
yeah,
dumb.
we're all just peopling. You know,
Yeah.
that's the kind of vibe, right?
It's a trip. And anybody who doesn't believe in this stuff, I advise you to drink a dose of ayahuasca and then let me hear your thoughts after that.
Right, I'd love to hear
Because
the
you
guy
just
that
go-
does ayahuasca and comes back out and goes, you know what? I still think profit is all that matters.
All I saw
Profit is
was
God.
dollar signs.
Yeah, all I saw was
Yeah.
dollar signs. Exactly.
Capitalism is the way. But-
You are a doctor now.
Yes.
I introduced you correctly.
Doctor.
Since last I saw you, you are a doctor now.
Really?
I just drank Jesus juice. As I do ayahuasca, that makes me think, I'm like, this is what they did. This is how I feel. These are just my thoughts and opinions. As I do, because I'm sitting next to the homies and strangers and shit, and you basically can go, and I don't want to scare anybody. It's choose your own adventure. But you could go to spiritual war, so to speak, and then you just hear fools next to you just like, oh, God. But then you purge, and in the moment, it feels like you're vomiting fucking maggots or some shit. But I know it's scary, for sure, but then it's not, in the physical realm, but it is in your mind. But then you've never felt lighter in your life. It's like it's pulled a festering thorn out of your soul or your emotional baggage or whatever, like a trauma thorn. And you're just like, oh, you got that splinter out, and you may not even have known you were carrying that shit. It's like deeper understanding of self because it opens up your subconscious. You're like, oh, that explains a lot, it's just, so it's like that. And that's if you want to go that route. It can be love and light. The reasons I keep going back, I thought it was going to be like a one and done, I'm all healed. But then it's kind of, you just peel back the onions of the layers of the onion and you go deeper and deeper and deeper. And yeah, that's why I keep going back.
Wow.
Is there something that like sparked that for you?
A bunch of homies went that I knew, and everyone came back like, oh my God, you got to try this shit. And I had been seeking something like that for ages because I've been in therapy in the program and this and that, but there's always this hunger for addiction of whatever, in whatever capacity of what I'm hooked on at that moment.
Yeah.
It varies throughout my life. What changes my feelings? And so I'm just tired of the hungry wolf. I'm like, will this guy ever shut the fuck up? You're bleeding on your soul. Your soul is leaking. I see it in your eyes, Tom. I don't know. I was trying to
Dude, I'm straight up feeling like you need to start a church because everything that's happening right now, I'm glued to it. The vocal inflection change, the looking at someone calling them the wrong name.
I will circumcise the demons.
I thought you were gonna say I was gonna circumcise you, and I was like, "Fuck, okay, I'm in."
You're like, I'm out.
I mean, it's already done, but we could do it again. I don't know.
Let's double down.
Yes.
Wow, were you afraid?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is that a part of it? Kind of facing your fears too.
I've always been a little nutty.
I was gonna say,
there's a fire. Everyone runs. I go, let's go right through
Yeah,
it.
because I was gonna say.
Let's see how much of my eyebrows I can retain after jumping through this.
Right.
I'm one of those guys. So I'm like, I fought the devil in the spirit world. I knifed that fool up. People are like, oh my God. And I'm like, I can't wait to go back.
Damn, bro.
I took his legs. Now, next time it's his head.
Oh my.
Dude, this guy's operating on a completely different plane right now. Like I've never met someone.
Why do you think I
so-
started getting crosses, dude? I'm like,
I've never met someone so terrifying and so sweet and kind at the same time. He's talking about a love, life, and chapstick made from natural things, and then cutting the devil's head off.
I'll fucking knock off for her.
But that's also a kind thing.
It is true.
Papa didn't raise no bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this
Yeah.
is what I need because I would like to try it, but I am really scared. It scares me. I need someone like
Here's
you to
comforting.
hype me up. and to talk to me.
Get your cross, get your knife. Let's fucking go. Let's go to war. For good though.
For good.
Let's be clear. For love and light.
For love and light.
Just a personal battle, a personal.
Yeah, that's
war.
where it all starts,
Dude, I'm giving you my 10%. It's on. Let's start.
I don't
this
need
thing.
it.
Oh shit! Now I want to give it to you more.
No.
Oh, yeah. Now we want to
That's
pay
your
you
money.
even
It's like the
more.
reluctant
You
leader.
put that into your garden, into your home. Wow. Or help your poor neighbor. I got gold on my neck.
Get this melted down for rent.
Yeah.
All right.
You're like, how much money do you need, Catholic Church? You just keep collecting it. Anyhow. Well, keep giving them your money. Seem like good people. Okay.
Wait, but Craig, is this journey going to continue for you? Are you going to be continuing to do these
Hell yeah, dog.
ayahuasca journeys?
Riders and punks. I'm sorry. Everything goes back to Tupac. I'm a huge fan.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we need gangsters for God right now. That's how I feel. And I'm, which side are you on? Punk is the devil's side. Riders is, that's what Tupac says.
Wow.
Intro bomb first on the Machiavelli album. It's fantastic. And I don't know what to do. That's why I just keep drinking ayahuasca and go into spiritual warfare. I may
like
not know Muay Thai in this realm, but in the spirit world.
So it's like a video game. You put your Oculus on.
Mm-hmm.
Your ayahuasca is like your Oculus.
Yeah.
And you go into this world and you're playing the video game /
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. And you tap in. And once again, like I said, I'm being silly. I am going to, work on self, and we could go to dark places, but once again, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
And you can choose love and light. Some people, 90% of people in that room are there to heal from traumas. And, some people are healed or didn't have trauma. It was good for them. Dodge that bullet. And
Right.
and they're there to figure out what to write next or paint it's not, it's many, like it's choose your own adventure. Well, did I answer your question? I don't even remember.
No, I was just saying it's like you were saying your spiritual battle. It's like,
yeah.
You're able to get in there.
Yeah, I'm going for that just because I felt like I've had chaos in my soul my entire life, and I'm over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People, I got stories. I got enough stories.
He's got
all right?
a lot of stories.
Got a lot of stories. You're just like, how does this happen to me? I know. You got a fire in the soul there, tiger. And so I'm there to just put it out with the love,
Wow.
Yeah.
Craig, I just feel like
Wow.
since the last time that I saw you, you're still Craig. But then there's also this new Craig, this like healing Craig.
That's that whole rebirth shit. They say, you're born again, but it's just through levels of consciousness. So you just get further along in the process of waking up. And I'm sure I'm gonna cuss that old lady on the way home. Move it, Nana. Get the hell out of my way. We're just practicing every day. Nobody's perfect. We're human. But yeah. You just to get deeper understandings of the schisms of the universe.
Yes.
What's your daily routine? Do you have like a routine now that you go through, a practice?
Yeah, cats, coffee, poop.
Cats, coffee.
And that's a good order too. You can't do the poop then coffee
your
because you're gonna
chompers.
poop again.
Listening to my TikToks. I mean, there's a lot of bad shit on there. Get off the twerking algorithm. Get towards the holistic stuff. This one neuroscientist said, brush your teeth with your opposite hand, look in the mirror in the eye, and say, I love you 10 times. Because when you do shit with the opposite hand, you mess with neuroplasticity or something. It's I forgot, Google's, but it basically you're talking to your subconscious and it downloads the data. And that's why a lot of us have problems, is because subconscious runs the show. And I forgot the exact numbers, but subconscious is like 1,000,000-bit computer versus 100-bit. There's no chance. That's why addicts are like, I'm quitting.
Yeah.
And they can't. You're like, I just told myself to quit 9 million times, and it took the wind, to get me to relapse. It's because the subconscious downloaded the data from 0 to 7 years old or some shit.
You know what? I feel.
I was just about to say, sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. I feel like we've been on
Major
a wavelength
subconscious
where we've
vibe.
been just kind of just going through the motions.
The first step is awareness, and then you're conscious of it, and then you can start to make changes. And you don't have to do ayahuasca. There's breath work, cave retreats where you just sit in silence to unlock the layers of the onions to have deeper understanding. Like, you don't have to drink my juice, but I recommend it. It can be achieved through meditating. It doesn't, you know. It's usually meditating takes a long time, and I'm like,
Let's go.
today, Junior.
I'm a little
Yeah,
like
right.
that.
Give me consciousness.
But what you were
Download
saying,
it immediately. You want that Wi-Fi banging.
Yeah.
but what you're saying with just being like hyper aware of, okay, I'm going to use the opposite hand while I'm brushing my teeth, just taking moments like that, I feel like I need to really tap into.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
most
just going
everybody's
throughout.
problems is self-love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it. That's
That's
the whole
huge.
separation. That's how the devil works. He separates you from yourself. The eye against eye. Just love yourself. I love you, Craig.
Do you make out?
Do you
with
make
the
out with
mirror?
yourself?
No, that's perverted, bro.
Why?
Just a little peck.
Do you do the thing, you know, like when you're like, when you're trying to, you're like a kid and you're trying to learn how to kiss? And
No,
you're, like,
it'll
making
make
out
me
with your
too
mouth?
horny and I'll get a boner. God damn it. Boner's not very godly, you know? Anyhow.
Are you practicing?
Just hugs.
Are you practicing retention?
Are you celibate?
Oh, you know.
Because I know that
You
can
can't be all Christ-like 100% of the time.
He's like, there is a difference between me and Christ.
Although my findings in him following the alternative methods, that fool was into everything. Meaning, like he, and there's certain Bibles that say he was in reincarnation and taught that, but then it gets edited and this, that.
Oh, interesting.
And, but yeah, he was into, according to one fool, he said he went to the Kama Sutra school. He did Qigong, Reiki, and I don't know, according
Wait, I'm
to
gonna have to-
the debunker.
I'm gonna have to read these debunkings because I hadn't heard of any
dope.
of this.
It's so dope. If
Wow.
anything, it makes it more cool, in my opinion. That's why I'm like, this is way more badass. He was like a renegade, healing fools. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Why are they
I'm gonna
against
have
healing?
to get into
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, he was a badass. They just were healing motherfuckers, and they're like, hey, knock it off. We want them poor and stupid. He's like, I'm gonna give him this Jesus juice. Yeshua.
I'm gonna start brushing my teeth with my left hand. That's what we're gonna
Yeah.
start. Telling myself that I love myself
Start
every
small.
single day.
That's it.
Tweak
Because
your-
I have a hard time with self-love, big time.
Yeah, most humanity
yeah,
does.
I would assume.
Yeah.
But oh man.
You go to hypnotist, hypnotherapist. You don't need to do ayahuasca. You just need to get in your subconscious. And there's hundreds of different methods to do that. Hypnotherapy, just be like, hey, when I want to smoke, make me do push-ups and give me self-love. Let's fucking go. And you don't have to drink Jesus juice and purge demons.
I like, by the way,
I like
Jesus
that.
juice is great.
Yeah. It's not that. I'm just a jokester, you know.
What were you like? We were talking about this a little bit, like from the stories. We've heard the stories, but like, what's Craig like at like 10?
Yeah, we were like, we've heard about Craig.
Because you said you brought up story. We have stories, and like, what's
I'm not being rude. It's funny. Because I was showing somebody a photo of me as a child that perfectly encapsulate.
Because I'm like, I know Craig. I know the teenage Craig.
This is me on sugar as a Nino. That's what I was like.
dude? The smile's been the same.
Oh my god.
Just like that.
Craig, he's so cute.
Gripping that couch.
I mean, the sugar was pulsating.
They gave me Kool-Aid in the bottle, and I'm not kidding. You know,
Wait,
like
for real?
Yeah, I didn't stand a chance, and I like sugar, and I like fun. I like spice and fire.
Did you get into trouble a lot when you were a kid?
I got kicked out of preschool.
Dude, if you kicked
Me and
out.
my cousin Lisa, my first best friend, when it was nap time, we didn't do that. So
didn't
we run
subscribe.
around and step on all the kids and wake them up and incite chaos, and they kicked us out. They're like, these kids are bad.
You'd step on the kid.
Yeah, and then we would get babysit by like little old. I'm Mexican. And we would always get babysit by little sweet old Mexican ladies. You know, we're 3 and 4, and
Right.
they're 80.
Right, they don't.
And
they
we
don't have
just
this-
run around naked in the backyard, spraying each other with the hose, and they're just like, these little demon kids, I can't. And they would like, I can't.
They would do
I
one
can't.
round
Yeah.
and then they'd be out.
We were into it. We'd cook. We'd make soups and cookies. We'd steal my daddy's beers and sodas and sell them to construction workers down
Oh,
the
so
street.
an entrepreneur early
Always out the
Wait,
gate.
how old were you selling beers at?
8, 9, 10. You know,
Ember's age.
Yeah, that's our.
That's our daughter's age.
No, I will say the woman is trading things like a wild woman right now. She is trading everything, and she's been back at school for about a week and a half now. And a couple days ago, I looked in her backpack. All her school supplies are gone. It's like an empty backpack, and I'm like, Ember, where school supplies we bought for her? And I go, where are all your school supplies? Did you leave them at school? And she's like, well, no, I've been trading them. I'm like, trading them for what? And she's like, cookies and stuff.
So she's on your path. She's been trading her school supplies
No,
for
I was
sugar.
about getting money. She's losing assets. You need those crayons.
We haven't taught her very well about, you know,
said,
more
Like,
money
get some
apparently.
money.
I'm like, a cookie's gone in 30 seconds. I'm like, you just got rid of all your markers that we bought for you.
That's that. You want to be on the winning end.
She's in the instant gratification end.
Mine was 100% profit.
You got your beers from the refrigerator.
All free. 100% markup.
Free for you, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
We liked Little Rascals, so I made a sign and put a rope around it, put on my cousin's neck, and just straight. We loved it.
Wow.
Yeah, we'd hit golf balls at the park and the cars across the street.
But you must have had like a weird ability to know that you were a kid and wouldn't get in that much trouble for all the stuff you were doing.
No, we got in trouble.
But not like, you know
No,
what I'm
we
saying?
were
But the trouble was
arrested.
like your parents are mad at you. But like, an 8-year-old, how much trouble can they actually get in?
That was fear, but my dad probably did inform me, like, there's no real charges till you're 18.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, right.
So have your fun now. And
Get
then
it out.
quiet it down. Yeah, because he's been arrested a bunch.
Okay, so he knew.
Yeah,
He's like, I can give you some advice here.
I've been arrested 4 times. My daddy maybe 6 times. My uncle at least 6 times. Everyone in my family has been arrested so many times. They're all so crazy. It's so funny to me. Not everybody, but,
Yeah.
you know. 60, 70% has been arrested more than 3 times. That's too many.
It's a lot of times.
It's a lot
Some
of
of
times.
6 to 8 to 10, you know. Like,
Well, I mean, I feel you on that. My family is weird. My family is like, I got this, my nuclear family, like my mom, dad, brother, and sister, all just like square. My uncles and aunts, both my uncles have been in jail for over 10 years each. And my other aunt has been to jail, I don't even know how many times. And then my other aunt was a hippie that lived in the woods and was like literally in a commune for 25 years.
Yeah, she was
my
doing
kind
it.
of people.
Yeah.
My aunt would love you.
Man's law.
Yeah.
You know?
She had a cabin in Oregon.
God didn't write those laws. What'd they do?
Dude.
What'd you do to them? There's 2 sides to every story. And plus,
I'm like-
there's some guilty motherfuckers.
I was like, unfortunately,
People running from
Evan's,
something out there.
like, unfortunately, Evan's side of the family is probably the guilty
Not the
one.
great genes over here. I gotta be honest. With
I
you.
got a cousin in the hole right now, and I'm like, ugh. You're like, that's sad. I'm like, he did something. No. Anyways, God is good.
God is
God
good.
is
Okay.
good.
Okay. So how about what? Are you single now?
Uh-huh.
You're a single man.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question regarding this. Going forward, whoever you date next, how much do they have to align with what you believe in? Because now that you kind of you seems like you kind of have developed much more of like a
Well, he's a doctor and
system,
a church leader
belief
now.
system, and maybe you
Yeah.
started your own church.
Yeah, and he's a doctor.
Do they? Does you know? Are you looking for like a pastor's wife? Are you looking for? What are you looking for?
What's on the resume?
I'm looking for a fat ass and an awakened soul. Are your eyes open and you got a badonkadonk? Come on down, my lady. Come on
Two
down.
prerequisites.
Put it in my face.
The consciousness.
No, they're ass.
Oh shit!
I'm still a man. We're on the physical realm here. I got big balls, Evan. No, no, I am. I can't date anyone. Nobody's perfect. I'm fucking nuts. You've heard everything I've said. You know, there's a lot of truth in there. Cuckoo. But just somebody that's like of the same. There's poison in the food. We gotta eat clean. Take care of yourself. More of the natural world as
Got it.
opposed to the AI. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Or
that and a
whatever.
fat ass.
And a fat ass.
You know what? I do feel, if I'm just being honest, what's the dating app where you can record something in the beginning of it?
I haven't done dating
I'm
apps
not
in
sure.
years.
Isn't there
dude.
one where you can
Sure.
say something? You can.
I'm
like,
sure maybe
there's like
Hinge.
a voice.
Maybe
Okay.
Hinge, I
Hinge.
think.
Yeah,
Hinge, right? if I honestly feel if you went on that dating app and you just recorded, I'm looking for a fat ass and someone who's awake,
An awakened
you
soul.
would get insane response. I feel like that would be a hit.
Yeah, and probably none of them would be a match. Like, you're crazy. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Would someone have to be down to have the ayahuasca experience with you?
No, the to each their own.
Okay.
Maybe open to experience it at least once in their lifetime because I feel like it holds that much value, but you can't pressure anybody to do anything. It's their own path. I need to work on that too. It's like we're all like, how do you motherfuckers not see this shit? And you can't, that whole shit, that Jesus juice right there. You can't judge motherfuckers. It's also funny that the Christians can be the most judgmental fools, and they follow a fool that said, don't judge.
Yep. That's a fact. That's a fact.
I think
The
that's
irony is insane.
I think that's a big reason why I kind of ended up where I'm at, which is like the dichotomy between people and the message
Yeah.
not lining up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think that's what's like, it's funny because you're on this path and I have a really close, one of my best friends. He went through a very similar path. He was like corporate, killing it, Tesla guy. And then he had just kind of like an awakening. And then he realized, and he went down this whole path. He moved to Mexico, and he's ayahuasca and everything. And he went through this, and it was like changing his life. But it is funny. His temptation was the same thing he started with in the beginning, which was to judge people who are not on his path.
Yeah.
And it was, you know what I mean? Because it's like you've done so much work that it's hard
I
then
gotta
not to
work
judge the
real
people
hard on that.
who
Yeah.
haven't done the work or whatever.
Because they're in their
Like
own
me.
process. It's all
You
right.
judge
Evan.
me?
Nah, you piece of shit. Gotta go. Donut's calling my name. No, but yeah, it's just everybody's on their own shit.
Okay, in the spirit to be not judging as people are on their paths, right? In the spirit of not judging people, let's judge because so on our last episode we had a lot of the family, our listeners, send in their controversial opinions, their hot takes. We listened to them and then we gave our opinions on these controversial opinions. So we judged. Okay,
Let's
we
judge.
judged away. So should we dive into some of that?
Absolutely. I think we
Let's
need to
be
hear your
judged.
take on some of these.
We need some Craig takes.
These are
The
new ones.
doctor, the pastor Craig, needs to give his opinion on this. Can we turn on the air, crank it up more though,
Absolutely.
because I'm
My back is
dying. Okay, but first, I need to ask you your opinion on on a controversial opinion we got last week, which is one of our listeners said that they believe that it should be socially acceptable and talked about that people eat their boogers. What are your thoughts on this? Are you, because the listener made it sound like booger eating was a frequent occurrence and
For
we
them.
didn't, or they were saying a lot of people
yeah.
eat their boogers, and I hadn't had a lot of conversations, I guess, with booger eaters, so I wanted to know, are you a booger eater first and foremost?
As a former booger eater,
Okay.
I
a
find,
recovering booger eater.
I find you're an adult now. Grow up. Stop eating your boogers.
Did you used to eat your boogers when you were a kiddo?
Yeah, for sure. But then you grow up and realize it's disgusting.
Why though?
Oh, they're salty. That's why.
Because I'm an adamant anti-boogerist. Like from day one, I can't eat boogers. And when I saw people eat boogers, I remember being like 7 years old playing hockey
Dry
and some
heaving.
kid like eating his boogers on the bench, and I was like so
fuck.
disgusted. But I'm a little shocked by your answer because you're such a natural guy. I was thinking
mean-
that's from your own body.
If you're in the wild and you need the protein, then eat your boogers. But we're attached to society and they got fruit down the way. Go eat a mango. Frank, stop eating your boogers.
For okay, yeah. I mean,
But he used to eat his boogers.
but yeah. So my thing is like,
I used to eat dirt too.
okay, so then
I
you're
kinda miss
disqualifying
it.
yourself.
That was a fond memory. No, it's just gross. I know I talk about disgusting things all the time, so that's to each their own. That may not be gross to somebody, but when I see Mr. Cat eat his boogers, I always want to vomit.
Cats eat their own boogers.
He has a condition. He has rhinitis, so he shoots out these boogers,
Oh, I'm gonna be
and he'll
sick.
just eat it, which is convenient for not cleaning up a disgusting blood burger.
Yeah.
Blood burger. And but you see it, you're like, oh God. You're like,
Oh,
he just sounds like a cartoon, and I just go, oh. I look away. I'm like, oh God. But sometimes you can't find it, and then there's just a fucking slug
And
on
then
the
you know
wall.
it's somewhere. Oh,
And you're like,
God.
oh, gross. One time he snot rocketed on my face, but I was quick, and I went like this, and it just slapped in my hand. And I was like,
like a sneeze?
he goes, because it gets stuck, and he goes like this, and then he goes, and it's just like fucking chonger, bro. Upwards to 2 inches sometimes. Probably averaging
my
out at about
God.
an inch and a half inch.
That's a lot.
And like the width of a pencil, just this. It's all bloody and green and gross. Oh, it's disgusting.
Oh,
I
my.
just licked your microphone right
Oh.
here.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
So he's an anti-boogerist.
But you know,
Good to know.
do you, but maybe hide it, you know?
So it's a shame thing, though.
I mean, we're not supposed to judge,
Yeah,
but
we're
come on.
anti-shame.
But there is limits.
Go in, yeah. No loogies at the dinner table, dude.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
no,
Go
no
in the
eating-
bushes.
No, you
God don't judge. Go outside.
The bushes are free.
He's in nature.
God can't see.
He's everything.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
I said I think it should be more socially acceptable to pick your nose because everyone picks their nose.
Yeah, but hide it.
You know,
I
you're
guess
not down out
someone
in
would
public
say
just-
that about farting, and I'm a big farter.
That's the thing, right? You know, I was raised
That's
in a
funny.
home, but I was raised in a home where it was like, oh my God, run to the bathroom before you have a fart coming. You got to cover it up.
And you need to let go of that fear paradigm.
I think that's why I'm so constipated. Is the shame?
Let
It's
it-
clogged
yeah.
me up. This all these years.
Farts, if they're not stinky, are just a good time, though.
Yeah, you know what? Farts are still funny.
This is so funny to most. To most human beings. Boogers are not funny to
No one
most
ever
human
laughed
beings.
at a booger.
Never funny.
No,
No.
no, only when somebody has one on their nose at an important meeting, and you're just like, he's not getting the job. He's got a boogie.
Isn't that interesting? You could be
What's
so
speaking?
qualified, but if you had a booger on your face, they'd immediately fire you.
Get the fuck out of here, Rita.
Rita is not getting the job. if
No
there's a
job
booger.
for you, booger.
Because you're just looking at it.
Booger girl.
And then she has the highest qualifications
Yes.
of all time. But if a booger
Or lettuce on your teeth. You
Oh,
just
yeah.
judge. Oh,
Have to
what are you, a turtle? Get out of here.
turtle.
No job at Marie Callender's for you, Henry.
Dude, I think Marie Callender's is gone. I don't know if Marie
No.
Callender's still in
Don't say
existence.
that.
Good, they went downhill.
Don Hill.
Can you believe I'm sober? You can't even make that up. Jesus Christ. Just joking. I'm sorry. Hey. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's get some
Let's get
other
into
ones
some more.
cranking.
Hi, Mom and Dad. Hopefully, you guys have captured Lee and brought him back into the studio by now. So, hi, Uncle Lee.
Hi.
You guys were asking for controversial opinions, and I'm hoping this falls under the same category. It's more of a interesting view I have. I like to eat in the bathroom, and my husband thinks it is the weirdest thing ever. I just like to eat when I'm in the bath. I make chicken nuggies from the air fryer. I put them on the toilet on a plate, and I, dip them and eat.
I'm
Or I'll
judging.
make a little hot tea, put it next to my, bath, and then my husband will come in to, how do I say? Just to take a leak, and he
Peeing on the nougats.
I always get mad at him because I'm like, excuse me, my tea's right here. He's like, it's in the bathroom. What am I supposed to do? We have multiple bathrooms in our house.
You just pee in the other one.
And
Flex.
even one time I was looking for my burrito all over the house, and it was in the bathroom. We also have 2 young children, so the bathroom is like the sacred space where nobody enters. I can get ready in there, eat my food,
Mhm.
but my husband just thinks it is the grossest thing ever. So what are your takes? Thank you.
I say bathroom eaters for life.
I don't know. I mean, I've eaten stuff in the bathroom, but because I was just had it in my hand, and I'm like, well,
walked.
this is happening.
What about in
Yeah.
a tub?
But like to purposefully, intentionally do it.
Yeah.
That's where my brain goes, I don't know. That's where the turds are.
yeah.
You know?
The turds
Caca.
the turds are covered though, right? They're encapsulated in a toilet.
Do they close the lid when they flush?
She was saying, I think that she'll put her chicken nuggies on the top of the toilet while she's in the bath.
Close. That's too close. I've had staph infection in my face. I've had food poisoning at least a half dozen times. Hey, Tabitha, knock it off. What's her name?
Tabitha.
Stop it.
Turd nuggets is a little wild.
Maybe a closed beverage.
Yeah, like you crack
A
it
lid.
open. Yeah.
Like, has a lid, straw.
But
limit.
to create, but to make something, include a dipping sauce while you're completely wet in a bath
Too far.
on top of the toilet. It's a lot.
How about you just eat after the bath? You can't wait 30 minutes.
What about when we all, we have our vacation moment where you're in the pool and you're eating nachos while you're in the pool. You're in water eating.
I never loved them because they got soggy chlorine on them, and it's like weird and different. I usually did it because I was hammered and wanted to eat,
Okay,
but I didn't want to leave the pool.
Right.
Because you're peeing in that pool.
Yeah. But
Wait, you pee in pools?
No. I mean,
Craig.
I have. I mean, a
You
time.
pee in pools? Come
Not-
on, man.
Not that much anymore.
Do you
He's
pee in the
lowered
ocean?
the amount.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the ocean's different. But the peeing in the pool, okay.
It's wrong. I'll admit that.
But it's not even so much the wrong to me. Forget the wrong. Imagine it's your own pool. You're now swimming in your own urine.
I mean, it hasn't had time to ferment. It's fine.
Will you pee in a bath? In your own bath?
Ooh. I mean, I have.
Oh, no.
Just a little bit.
No.
You wouldn't pee in your own bath?
No, dude.
Towards the end?
No,
Yeah, like
the
right when you're
only-
about
to-
The only reason why I would pee in a pool is because it's massive and there's chlorine. So it's probably killed off very quickly. In a bath, you're literally bathing in urine.
It's
Urine
an
is just like
astringent in the
water.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Vikings used to rub it on their skin and shit. Oof. I learned that in history. But no, it's I'll pee, like I'll just go out of the pool, pee standing in the corner, and then I'll jump back in. That's like my move now.
Like pee all over yourself?
Yeah. You're wet. It goes down your leg. 90% of it, bro. And that's depending on the proximity. Like I'm out of the pool.
At like a
I'm
pool
out-
party, like someone's house?
Yeah. You don't want to go.
No.
It's worse to go inside and track water all over the floor
Okay.
or fucking dry off. It's not. It's like a practical.
You just pee.
Right.
I just pee in the corner in the grass or whatever.
Oh, in the grass, though. Not like
Yeah.
just on yourself.
No, you try to be somewhat cordial about it.
Understood.
But
Okay.
yeah, I used to just pee in the pool.
Sure.
Okay.
I
Well,
would pee in the tub if I just can't pee in water for the life of me. I just get all clenched up. Probably a shame thing I have to
Yeah.
work out, but I get all clenched up in water. I can't
you need
pee
some
in it.
ayahuasca.
I need some ayahuasca so I can pee in
Let
the
the
tub.
bowels out. You got demons in your poopy.
But I feel like if you pee in the tub, then you got to like take a quick shower afterwards.
Yeah, but you always take a quick shower after a bath.
What?
The rinsey. I'm not sitting in my filth.
See, I don't take a shower after my bath.
Just quick. Not even but 30 seconds.
Just a wash.
Just a rinse. You were sitting in dirty water.
You're extra clean.
Wow.
Wow.
So I guess if you look at it in terms of that, if you're considering it dirty water, then you're just kind of adding to it and then you rinse yourself off. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know that you do a double rinse.
Yeah, not like in shower. You just
Right.
literally just let me get that gray water off of me. Boy, I was dirty.
Yeah, when the water turns gray.
That's a shirt.
There's all that activated charcoal.
No, but there's something about eating in the bathtub, eating something savory in the bathtub that I've never really gotten into before, but I'll eat like a dessert in the bath, sure. You get a little dessert bath situation.
Like a pie?
Yeah, I'll eat like a pie in the bath,
Or like a
maybe
like
a s'more in the
chocolate bar.
bath. You know,
Messy.
a chocolate bar.
It's like, how rich are we? Do I have like a big, glorious bathtub in the corner? Then it's fine. If the tub's next to the toilet,
You know, you got
you're
my
too
little tub
poor.
by the toilet.
You're too poor to eat in your bathroom. Level up and then come back at me, and I'll have no judgment. How close is the tub to the toilet?
We got our personal situation is definitely tub next to toilet.
Tub to toilet.
not
the toilet.
I'm not a
ours.
fan.
Ours would
I'm
not
not a
be good with eating.
But
if we
I
wanted
do
to
it
eat.
sometimes with
You
a
got
dessert.
that big Pee Wee Herman tub that Francis is in the beginning of the film. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure,
That's
sure,
a
sure.
tub you eat in.
Yeah, you got a
Those
lot
big
of
Vegas
space.
sweet tubs. Those are tubs. The tub next to a turd in the toilet. Get the fuck out of here, Tabitha. Get out of here.
There's something about crumbs landing on my chest while I'm bathing that I don't love. I don't love
Crumbs
it.
in the
but I
bath?
will
Wet
say
crumbs.
to Tabitha, whatever your name might be, your partner coming in and peeing.
Rude.
That's rude. When you
It's-
have multiple bathrooms,
And he's a dude. Ever heard of the bushes?
go outside.
Go outside. I look forward to, oh, joy, my lady's in the toilet. Let me go pee on the neighbor's lawn. It's like exciting.
It is exciting. It's kind of getting some of those, getting that adrenaline again
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, because you might get arrested.
I just mainly like the sun on my pecker. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, but eating chicken nuggets while dipping, while in a bath, while someone is urinating next to you, wild scene.
Yeah, that's too much going on.
It's too much. I agree. It's too much going on. But I also see you with the tub food. All right.
Lock the door, Tabitha.
Lock the door.
Yes.
Lock the door.
Next.
Hi, Mom and Dad. This is Megan from Denver, Colorado.
Hi, Megan.
My controversial opinion is that leaning your seat back on an airplane is just about the worst thing you can possibly do. My fiance disagrees. He says chairs lean back for a reason, let people live their lives. But I just find it so rude to have someone fully lean back in my lap while I'm just trying to survive a flight. Would love to hear your thoughts on this.
Craig, you're a traveler.
Hey, simple solution. Lean back too. Evens out. That's absolute bullshit. As somebody that travels an ungodly amount, that inch or two is sanity. If you live at the airport, you're like, oh, it just helps you go to sleep more. Also, she could lean back too. Get the fuck out of here. I agree with the dude. They lean back for a reason. Otherwise, they wouldn't put it in. Also, maybe the airlines just couldn't be such cocksuckers and just have more space.
Yeah,
That's
because they
the
took
thing
out
about
one aisle. That would fix it all.
It would fix
The
it
only reason the
all.
first class, and I do Comfort Plus these days, I'm in the
Ooh,
middle. I'm in the
okay,
middle.
rich
We're not in the
boy.
back
He's a
anymore.
rich man
are
these
different.
days.
And they give you 2 inches, and it's the difference, all the difference in the world.
Yes.
And it's only because they make the back so miserable, they're allowed to upsell you. This shit used to be standard. You look at shit back in the day. We're supposed to have more room. They always did. It wasn't until the corporate... And they just get every inch, every millimeter. It's just a profit.
Okay.
So you're not mad when someone leans
No,
back
lean
on
back.
you?
Lean back.
Okay.
I'll lean back.
Okay, you're always going to lean back.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the nap time.
Okay. Have it.
I disagree. Unfortunately, I disagree vehemently. Here's my thing.
But you can lean back too.
Yeah, here's the issue. The issue is this. I am very conscientious about who is behind me. So like the lean back has everything to do with who's behind me. If I see an 8-year-old kid behind me, I'm leaning back. If I see a 6'4" person, I'm not leaning back. Because I'm 6'2", you lean back, my knees get crushed immediately.
Hey,
It's literally
Be less tall.
instant crush.
tell that tall motherfucker to make more money. You 6'4", you go to first class. You better get to hustling. Get your hustle on, boo-boo. You're
So-
an exit aisle guy. That guy, fuck him. He deserves it.
Okay.
Go
Because
to
my
the
thing is
exit
this:
aisle.
I'm not 6'4", but I'm like 6'2"-ish. So I'm right at that point where like, and I for some reason my like
He's a
quad
short-
area
he's a short
is long,
torso.
and so like I'm already smashed.
I
So
mean-
the second you lean back, it's like, oh, it kills me. So what I'll do, and this is intentional, I will scrunch down and put every ounce of energy into the back of their chair. So when they try to lean back, it's
pure
literally
evil.
like, what is going on?
Oh, it must be broken.
Yeah, and I'll convince people in their brain that like it doesn't work because I'll be pushing so hard. Or if I might have a laptop and I got the thing, the second they lean back, my laptop's half open. So so what I do as a conscientious traveler, I don't lean back either because I'm like, you know what? Unless you're like a child, I'm not gonna do what is being done to me.
My solution is pay more money, big guys. Pay more money.
You need to
Big
pay
guy
more.
tax?
Big guy tax.
Big
You got
guy
long
tax.
legs. It's not my fault these corporate bastards are the way they are.
You
But
gotta
there's a
pay up.
solution. There's the exit row, Comfort Plus, or first class. And
Okay.
if you can't afford that, then you're gonna get little sore spots in your kneecaps. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay.
It's
I
fair
mean,
game.
listen. I understand the fair game levels. That's
Yeah.
why I push my knees into your back as hard as I can. to
I've
make it
dealt with
suck for
people
you.
like you, and I'll just give them like I'll wait till they
Wait till they
I'll wait
release?
till they get their beverage, and then I'll do one of these, and I'll spill their drink all over
It's
them.
right when I'm not paying attention. You'll hit me with a full
Oh
force.
yeah, I've done that so many times. You want to kick me? Okay, that's fine. Get your hot coffee.
on your lap.
You're like, no, you should get a warm
Get a
beverage. Get a
coffee.
coffee.
I won't
Treat
lean
yourself.
back. I won't lean back. Hold the line. Hold the line.
Okay. You know what? I respect both parties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's a war we're in, it's a war we're getting. You know what I mean?
I am in between because I guess mine always does lead back to shame because I was raised with a you never lean back. Like this listener. Never lean back. So catch me, I will never lean back. And I want to so bad.
Do y'all not understand? If everybody leans back, it's the same.
The knees,
It's
that's the
no-
difference though. It's the knee problem,
knees
not
don't
the
affect
face
me.
problem. It's the knees. It's people who have, longer legs. They get crushed.
At an angle, I need a protractor. What's that called? The compass? We're talking, you know what I mean?
But think about this. If you're already this, an inch is, now I'm like this.
I don't even think it's an inch. It's like an angled half inch. Like, you know what I mean? Because the
As-
seat never actually scoots back. It's
As-
just the upper part leans back,
Greg.
what, 2 whole inches?
I can speak to this, okay? I'm in pain, and you're doing this to me. And I think that this is not going along with kind of the ayahuasca thing we've been talking about. I'm sensing that this is some of your old world tendencies creeping back in.
As the son of my father, you're a pussy boy. Now man up and make more money and go to first class. You'll never have sore kneecaps again.
Okay, you know what? I needed that. I needed that
Yeah,
push.
yeah.
I think sometimes I need tough
The
coaching.
Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away.
Yes.
He
Sometimes
took your
I need-
knees on that flight, didn't he?
Well, I am going to commit to try to leaning back on some flight in the future.
Be brave.
I can't.
Go to the damn hypnotherapy.
I need to go to
and
the
lean back
hypnotherapy.
for
I
once
need-
in your life.
I've never. I
You've
can't
never
do it.
leaned
I've
back. I know
never
you
leaned
haven't.
back. I've
You've never
leaned
pooped.
back.
You never leaned back.
I'm
You've
so
never.
tight.
Let it go.
I need to
Let the church
Ooh, there's a lot
go.
of
I need to
tension
do
there.
it. I need to do it all at the same time. I
Let
need
it
to
go.
get a ticket and I need to lean back and shit my pants
Yeah.
all at once.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah. And
Yeah,
you're
the
gonna
key is-
land enlightened.
And I'm gonna see God.
Covered in shit, but enlightened.
They gotta give you some soap.
A bath.
Wash
They'll let
it
you do
away.
Delta Lounge quickly.
Wash your sins away.
Yeah, don't do it. Yeah, do it all at once.
Yeah.
But I do understand our listeners' frustration because even though I have the opportunity to lean back and I don't, as soon as I see that chair coming, I'm like, oh man, God damn it.
Just follow it. Just go.
I gotta go with the flow.
Go
I
with
guess
the
that's
flow.
part of life. I just
Yeah.
gotta all flow.
Well, it's a people pleasing thing too, right? It can be like in
That's
your
for
in your
me
like
what it is.
in your thing. It's like I don't want the person behind me to resent me.
It is. And then
I-
I'm like, I can't make eye contact with that person behind me if I have to go to the
Yes.
bathroom and I've leaned back and that person behind me really needed that extra space and then I have to look at them and now we have to have this awkward showdown. I can't do it.
I mean, I get it. There's a big giant man behind you, but it's whatever.
I'm okay smashing the giant man. It's more like if there's a woman behind me with kids or she's on her laptop doing work. I'm like, I don't want to do that to you. You know, I want you to have all the space you need.
Why don't we blame the airlines?
Yeah, I think that's probably what
Why don't we go after the source? They got us bickering over 2 inches. Hey, American Airlines. Grow up, you corporates, motherfucker.
Have you ever leaned back and heard a comment? Like, do the leaning here? Oh God.
No, I don't think
No?
so.
Mm.
I got noise canceling headphones.
Oh,
He doesn't hear a thing.
It's there, but you're not hearing it. Yeah.
I just go, hope you lean back too. You know.
Join the movement.
Join me.
I never knew that was a thing. This was a thing.
Do you lean back?
Well, no, because I don't like getting woken up. And if I just keep my
Oh.
seat up the whole time and knock out, like
No one ever goes,
no one's
"Excuse
ever
me,
gonna
sir,
be
you
like,
need
you
to
gotta
put
put your.
That's
Oh,
true. That is
okay.
annoying. The few times I've been
Interesting.
in deep sleep and woken
Yeah.
up, you're like,
But if I'm not, like, I don't even know where I heard it, but like I did not until like a year or two ago know that like you're not supposed to lean back. I mean, I'm a people pleaser too, but like
But
Lee
who
and I
for
are
me, it's
said
covering
like,
that?
yeah, I don't know. It's
Why
like,
would they put that in there if that was a thing?
that's,
They're just-
I'm
Here's
with you on
something you're
that.
not
Yeah.
supposed to do.
Yeah.
Don't push the button
Yeah, no.
that gives you an ounce
Here-
of comfort.
Okay, here's a good example, I think, that like ties this. It's the exact same thing as if there was, let's say you go to a DMV and there's 5 chairs and one person sits down in one chair. It's inherent that you don't sit right next to them.
That's completely different. What are you talking about?
Versus
That's
sit
what
3
I
away.
This
Think,
is
no,
not
think about
the
it. Think about
analogy.
it. Think about it. You can sit down. That's a chair meant for people to sit down in. Why can't you sit down next to them? Why does it inherent in us that we need to give them 3 chairs away from them?
That's not the right analogy.
Because it's awkward. Now you're kind of like invading in their space, right? Even though the
Yeah, but
chair's
it's
there
a
for them.
sold out plane, and it's not the. It's
I
It
tried.
is different. It is
it's
different.
way different.
I'm working on my movement. I
You
mean, it
need
doesn't
better
come together
analogies.
quick. I'm working on it.
But I will now think of the Evans of the world when I
Oh,
am
gosh,
in deep
Lee,
sleep in
no.
my non-recliner.
No,
Just
my-
look who's behind you. You know what I mean? Just think about the people
my
that might be victimized
people-pleasing
by
brother. No, do not think about Evan. Just push back. Push
You
back.
also
You
have to put up the seat for the meals and stuff if you're on international flights. That's annoying too because I don't eat on planes. I just sleep. I just want to sleep.
I think it was the shaman, but reanalyzing the word selfish and how it has such a negative connotation. And he goes, look up the definition. Look it up. He's at no place does it say in the definition of selfish where it's the detriment of someone else. It's just taking care of yourself first. And it's literally him just going like this, like ish, like kind-ish. It's not. It's just take care of yourself first, because a full cup then can take care of other cups. But a cup that's, you understand?
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
not
saying?
if that cup's been spilt all over me because you fucking lean
Well,
back.
don't play games with me.
I used to have a full cup before you sat in front of me.
Yeah. No, but it's the whole point. I get what you're saying, but yeah. It's just like take care of yourself,
Right,
and if you
right.
need an inch to go to sleep, then fucking take it. And if you don't.
I'm gonna lean back on all
Yeah.
you motherfuckers.
But it's just we have such hard stone dead. Like it wasn't so him saying that, and I was like, oh yeah, like you just. I
Yeah.
automatically assume selfish means
The negative.
I take
thing.
from everybody. It's
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah, right.
Mine. Don't be so. But obviously that can be the case with gluttons and But
Right.
his point was like, because most people are people pleasers. Most people will give you the shirt off your back. Most people are too kind. He's like, take
To
care
their
of
own
self.
detriment, yeah.
Exactly. Fill your cup first,
Yes.
and then it just kind of was an ounce of enlightenment. 2%.
that is nice. That is good.
Because
That
it
is
changed
good.
things. I
Yeah.
only saw the negative definition of that. And then he's like, look it up. He's like, Google it right now. At no point does it says somebody else has to suffer for me
Right.
being selfish. That's
Yeah.
what we put on that shit.
So you're saying that
Fill
in the
your
definition in the dictionary doesn't say example like when you
Lean
lean
back.
back in a flight. That is selfishness.
Yeah. If you need to, do it. If you don't. I guess that's my final verdict.
Understood.
And that's that. Next.
Hi, Mom and Dad. So, I have a controversial opinion that I wanted to share with you guys. I think that Irish goodbyes should be 100% socially acceptable. I cannot stand leaving someone's house and having to go around a room saying goodbye to a ton of people. I don't like it. I don't do it. And I don't want to walk around and say goodbye to everyone. So I will just leave. So yeah, I think it should be socially acceptable to give an Irish goodbye everywhere you go. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Hard agree.
Love it.
Love
The
it.
best, 100%.
Always.
I say bye to no one.
I leave without saying goodbye to anyone.
Maybe the birthday girl, the source.
Yeah,
Sure.
the one
The
source.
one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Boop. And that's it.
It's a better way.
Absolutely.
Saves life.
Absolutely. It saves everyone's time. Because listen, if I'm leaving a party, I don't want to I don't want to change the energy shift at
Yeah.
all where then people are like, oh, should I be leaving too?
Yeah.
It's like, no,
You
you
can
all are
start an
having-
avalanche.
You can 100% start an avalanche. And then all of a sudden everyone's like, and then the birthday girl's sad because everyone was partying, but I had to leave. And now everyone's like, I guess I'm leaving too because,
It should be mandatory. Irish goodbye should be mandatory.
Also, you know what a lot of people do who don't do the Irish goodbye is that you'll be in a group talking and that person will like come into the group and be like, by the way, guys, I'm leaving.
Yeah, and
And
it
it's
interrupts
like-
the flow of the
and then
conversation.
3 or 4 people leave that hang now, and they start talking to someone, and then the whole thing. I don't think anyone ever survives a someone coming in to say
It
goodbye
does
and then
change the
leaving.
complete energy of the, disappear. I love it. I just did one the other day. I went to my homegirl's baby shower, and I just peaced out, and it was great.
Yeah.
And I was about to be like,
No.
I almost did it, and I went,
Maybe like on the way out as you're walking, if someone catches you, be like, oh, I'm out of here. Bye.
I'm just going to check on my car.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on my car to make sure it's still there.
It's running. I'm
Yeah.
out of here.
I like an Irish goodbye, and then sometimes I won't even say goodbye to the source. I shoot the source a text. Thank
That's
you so
good.
much. It was so
Yes.
wonderful. Didn't want to interrupt. You were in the middle of a conversation. I don't want to do a whole thing. I like when people Irish goodbye at my events, even if they're at my own house and
I
there's
love
just
it.
4 of us.
Yeah.
Go ahead while I'm in the bathroom. Just leave.
It's just
Don't
one-on-one.
say- It's just Craig and I are just hanging out alone, and then all of a sudden I'm in the bathroom. I come out and Craig's gone, and I'm like, I respect it.
He's like, we already talked about this.
I guess let's set some rules here. One-on-one. Say goodbye.
Yeah, maybe one-on-one say goodbye. Sure.
Maybe even two-on-one.
Like if you can make eye contact with everyone at the same time, you should probably.
Yeah, there's a good rule. I like that.
Maybe like, yeah, what's the number? 10?
Yeah.
10 or more, you can Irish
over
goodbye?
6.
6 is pretty small when you think about it. You go to a
Irish
dinner and there's
goodbye.
3 people on each side and someone just leaves.
Okay, all right, 8. All right. All right.
8 sounds.
It's like if you were at a
Everyone's,
6-person
"Where's
table
Craig?"
and someone goes to the bathroom and just never came back, they'd be like, what the fuck, is he dead? It's like, what happened? They're like, oh, I just left.
I had to get a donut. No. 8.
8, okay.
Final answer. Ocho.
8 feels right to me.
8 feels good.
I honestly, that's a friend barometer thing for me.
Yeah.
I know that you and I are going to be close friends if I meet you and I Irish goodbye an event that we're all at and you don't even think twice about it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
if I'm just getting to know you, I Irish goodbye on a situation and you're a little upset about it, I'm like, we're not gonna flow well, because that's kind of my vibe. Is I
No.
just kind of float away.
That's
sometimes.
a needy person.
I can't do it.
Nobody needs a needy person. You didn't take it back. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
You can also get caught if you don't do a full Irish exit, which is just the, like, you say goodbye to the person who invited you and then leave. If you do the, I said goodbye to 3 people,
Oh, they get
and then the other person saw you say
didn't say
goodbye,
goodbye to
and then
me.
you
Yeah.
didn't walk over. So then it's like this, wait, you picked specific people to say goodbye to, and not the, it could get weird.
It could.
That like
and
you
it's unfortunate.
prioritize certain friends over others, and now it's
You're like, no, they're just on the way out.
exactly.
They're by
You
the
have to
gate.
explain that now.
They're by the gate. Anybody you need to explain that to
That's
is
the
not a
thing.
friend.
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly. But it can create a weird dynamic if, like, if you said goodbye and then these couple people saw you and you see them and you're like, well, do I walk over? Like, versus just clean.
Those are my favorite friends. The no explanation.
Yes.
All good, bro.
That's like, the older I get, that's the closest to my heart. I'm
Yeah.
like, I meet you and then you see me right away, and you know, if I don't text you back for a couple weeks, it's not because I don't love you. It's because I'm a little overwhelmed. I'm not a good texter.
Because I'm dying inside.
Yeah, it's because I'm wildly depressed.
Dying.
Okay? It's not personal. It's because it's too
I
overwhelming.
don't know how to
for me.
function and operate in my own life. It's never you.
And then you overshare when they're like, oh, yeah, sorry, I haven't texted. I've been in hell. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Should I
Dude,
ask
that's-
them if they're okay?
I
or
like
do
that.
just-
I like responding that way. Next time someone's like, hey, like, bum me out, you didn't have me, like, well, I've been in hell for a few weeks, so
Yeah.
sorry about it.
Do you ever have that thing where someone asks you how you've been and you overshare, and then you kind of realize halfway through the oversharing that, like,
Yep.
this is not the right decision?
Yeah, all the time.
I did that
All
recently.
the
Someone asked me,
time.
and I exposed, like, I just immediately went into some, like, really heavy shit I've been going through, and I saw them just go, like, I am not the person we should.
Yeah.
Like, this is not the vibe. I barely know you, but
I'm fucking
I
fine,
was so
bro.
full of it.
Disregard all that.
I was so full of what was going on that I just immediately started going into, like, all these personal things, and I just saw the look, and I was like, oh, fuck.
The light
That's
faded.
the worst. That's the worst.
And he was like, cool, I'm good too. Like, it was
Just say you're fine, bro.
that. Yeah, and I didn't really want to know.
Yeah, my mom's an individual who, when I call her or when I see her and I say, how are you doing? She'll never say I'm good. She always says I'm okay. And you know what? At first, in my adult life, it used to bother me, but now I'm like, you know what? I started to do that now. I'm like, I'm not going to always say I'm good.
I'm okay.
It depends on who the person is. You know, if I don't really know you, I'm not going to dump it on you. But if I really know you, I'm not going to be like, I'm great.
I usually
I'm
say,
okay.
have you looked outside lately? The world is burning.
Shaking.
I'm fine. I have cats to feed. I'm a provider.
I have 4 strawberries.
Provider.
I got litter for days, ladies.
Send in your applications now.
There's 1 strawberry left.
I know. Oh my God, growing food is hard.
So
Fucking 4 strawberries? 4?
That's
what
a
am I gonna do
1,000
with that?
too few.
4.
you're like, I was hoping to make a smoothie, but
One of them a squirrel took a bite out of.
You got like a fifth of a
I couldn't even
smoothie.
eat it. I buried it, thinking more would come out. No, really hard. Really hard. Didn't germinate the seed properly.
Yeah, dude, that's way too much work. I mean, that's
so many things. God bless the Midwest. You know? Thank you for growing our food farmers.
seriously.
It's hard business.
God, that's funny. 4. You're
So-
like, I thought I was gonna be like this sustained, green man, and now
I got
you're
some
just-
mint though.
Oh, that's fine.
You want to starve and have good breath? Come on down, ladies. What you want? Some mint.
You're the guy on the block that like it just provides everyone's garnishes for their cocktails.
Rosemary. You got a steak. I got lots of rosemary. You got anything?
you'll never eat with me, but my God, will always smell great.
Will smell great.
None of that
Fasting.
bull-
It's in the Bible.
None of that bullshit perfume. We'll just
Yeah.
rub mint leaves all
Yeah,
over
we
each
don't
other.
need that. Mint
We
oil.
don't need it.
Yeah.
Next. So Irish goodbye. Yes.
2
Pro.
thumbs up.
Hi, Mom and Dad and Uncle Lee. I am a longtime listener, been listening since episode 1 of Chatty Broads, and I have a controversial opinion. Hopefully it's not too late. But my controversial opinion is if you are making food for somebody else, or even for like a group of people for like a gathering, I think it's totally fine if you taste the food that you are making, like while you're making it, using the utensil that you're making the food with, and then continue using that same utensil to make the food. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, as long as you're not sick, I think it's fine. Like, nobody's ever gonna know, and it's not like you're slobbering all over the spoon. Like, people make
Secret
me insane
eatings.
when they're like so picky about like, oh, like don't touch my food, or oh, can you put gloves on, or like if they're just weird about that. Like, nobody's ever gonna know. Nobody cares. It's fine.
Secret eatings.
That's cooking with love, in my opinion. I
Yes.
find no problem with
Oh.
that. I think it's fine to use somebody's toothbrush. I'm a little different.
We discovered that years ago on a Chatty Broads episode. We discovered that Craig, myself, and Becca will all use random people's toothbrushes.
Yeah, you'll use mine,
Uh-huh.
and I try not to think about it.
Who cares?
Not here's okay. No,
Oh.
I want to hear.
You're in love. Who cares if
Yeah,
you
oh
spread
my-
gingivitis? Who cares? Let the love in.
That's true. That's true.
Let it eat away at your gums, baby.
You want periodontal disease? Come here, Evan.
I know I have a missing tooth, but we both have missing teeth.
Oh shit! Couple pirates.
I just finger my tooth hole at some shows sometimes to scare the audience. And I laugh. They don't, but I do.
And I go, I'm going to use your toothbrush.
No, I try not to do that anymore, but that was mainly the party days.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you guys would use other like just random, like you'll be at someone's house. Let's say you fell asleep that night partying, whatever, hanging out. The next morning you wake up, you got the gross next morning after breath. You'll just go into their thing using their toothbrush and rip it.
It's been done before.
I'm looking back on it, I'm not proud of it.
No, I'm also not proud of it. And I'm very sorry to everyone that I ever did
I'm
that
terribly sorry. I'm repenting from my sins. But yes, I did it so many times.
Right.
A lot of times.
And this was a secret.
I usually told the people later,
Years
and they'd
later.
get mad at me.
Yeah, yeah.
And really despise me.
Yeah.
Like, why did you do that? And why did you tell me? I was living in peace.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
If they never knew.
And now I must throw away every toothbrush in my household.
That's like what she was saying. She was like, no one will ever know.
Yeah.
Which is a part of it.
Yeah.
With the dipping of the food.
With the dipping of the food. So
That's
it's
fine.
basically like if you got a fork and you're making something and then you're whipping
Yeah,
it
try
together
it.
and then you just, oh, that tastes good, and then you get back into it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Listen,
It's
if
got
you-
heat. Kills
Especially
the
if it's going to be
germs.
cooked.
It's being
Yeah.
cooked. And listen,
Science.
if you can make food, because you all know I can't. If you have the ability to make
You can learn.
I'm gonna try.
You
You
can
know,
take a class.
I might teach a class.
What are you waiting
We're gonna
for?
see. But
She's like, I might. We'll see.
we'll see. But if you
We're
have
waiting.
the ability,
I'll wait till I'm 70. I'm going to be approaching death. I'm going to take a cooking. I can make oatmeal.
She takes the class and she's like, yep, I was right. This sucks. I was right to stay away from this.
but if you have the ability to make me a delicious meal, I don't care if you put your foot in it. I really don't. You could do whatever to the food. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Just
And
make
even
sure
if you
it's cooked.
told me that you were sticking that spoon in there and licking it and sticking it back in, I would never think about it. Now, this comes from me where I have been known to, be at an airport and be thirsty and see a random half-drank bottle of water, and I'll just
You do that too?
drink. Do you do it?
I have my whole life.
That is.
I'd be at Disneyland. I'd just drink sodas
absolutely
off
mental.
the floor.
I'll do it.
But where'd you get that? I'm like, near the trash can. They're like, oh.
Dude, Ember did that once with the gum. We
I did
were just sitting at a table, and all of a sudden she's just like, and we're like, where'd you get gum? She's like, oh, there's tons of gum everywhere under the table. She had no
It's a
idea.
gum bonanza.
She's like, dude, there's free gum. This whole restaurant. We were like, oh, like, it was
I did
horrific.
that. Yeah.
The gum I won't do. The drinks, I'll do that.
I kind of stopped. I drank rotten orange juice one time. It was like all fermented. And
Oh,
I,
yeah.
Oh, I got to be honest with you. I didn't think I was
Smell
like,
the drinks first. Sorry.
no,
Just give him a good whiff.
I didn't think that it was hypochondriac. What's someone who's afraid of germs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Germaphobe.
Germaphobe, yeah.
I didn't know.
Pussy boy.
I had no idea that I was a germ guy until I'm listening to you guys.
I think we may be a little extreme.
Yeah,
That's
there's
definitely
probably
on the-
somewhere in between.
Yeah.
I
on
had
the
no
far end
idea.
of the
I'm listening to
spectrum.
this being like, someone drank something and then you guys just grab it. Like, it's so far from my, an option.
I'm not
So
gonna
far
waste
from
the
an
water.
option.
Herd immunity.
I mean, I think you're right. I'm more just realizing I have a blind spot here.
We're doing the Lord's work.
No,
yeah,
see,
and not wasteful.
Yes. Yes.
no, ironically, I'm scared to death of getting sick. I'm very scared of illnesses.
Yeah, that is weird.
But I don't want to waste the water. It's just sitting there.
Just fast. You'll be all right.
Yeah, it's
the body will heal itself.
So wait, are you okay if someone dips if they're making
Yeah.
food? You're
Well,
okay with
it
that?
depends on the person,
Okay,
you know?
judgmental.
A little bit.
That's true.
I'm going to be honest with you. It depends. Like, I
cooking?
don't trust some of my buddies. I'm like, I don't want your mouth all over the stuff, but you sound, great. And
Sound like sweet lady touch away.
yeah, all good.
My buddy Dave.
That's what I'm saying. It
Get
really.
that crusty foot out of there, Dave.
Exactly.
Ooh.
You know
Oh,
what I mean?
he's talking about putting the foot in though.
Oh, that's a whole nother
Yeah, he's
level.
on.
Yeah.
Wash your hands, Dave.
Yeah, Dave's foot is not cool, but
Yeah.
I think I could put up with a little taste. Yeah, well, you got to taste it too. I would rather have you taste it, make sure that it's good, and then deal with like a minuscule bit of saliva.
Yeah.
Then you don't know how it tastes, and it's a gamble. You know what I mean?
More
I'll take that all day.
More flavor.
More flavor, exactly.
A little bit of humanity in there.
There you go.
Like Craig said, cooking with love.
There it is.
We support you.
We support you.
Should,
Lick away.
should we do one more?
One last one,
One
yeah.
last one.
Hi, Mom and Dad. My name is Alexis, and I'm calling in with a controversial opinion. My husband and I actually both share this opinion, and we like to ask other people in our lives this question. And most of the time, they fully, strongly disagree with us, and it's just really interesting. So, my husband and I think that men and women cannot just be friends. We have seen it in our lives, like in the past. We've seen it in our friends' lives and people growing up. You see it all the time in middle school and high school. But most of the time, when a guy and a girl have a quote-unquote platonic relationship, whether or not anyone's in relationships outside of that, one person, doesn't matter who, thinks the relationship is fully platonic, no feelings there, you're just your pal, you're palling around. The other person, on the other hand, is like secretly in love with the other friend, and you know, come from that what may. But that's not just a fully platonic relationship. You can't. They're not just friends. You know, there's something else there. There's a little spark, or you know, little. Someone's got the hots for the other person. But let me know what you guys think. I've seen it over and over again. They're not just friends. They're not ever just plain platonic friends. Ever.
Spoiler
Thanks,
alert.
guys. Love your show.
Craig's in love with me.
No, I was gonna say I feel like there's some truth in that, but not always. But there's some, you know. A lot of times what she was saying, I feel like it's the dude just being friend zoned by a hottie.
Yeah,
is what I
right.
imagined. That happens so much.
Yes, I think it's mostly the guy.
Yeah.
This is that.
And have you heard about the test? The test you can do if you're a woman, you can go, like the test is, go to that guy and say, I just broke up with my boyfriend. I'm really sad, but I'm just like, really want to hook up with someone right now. I don't know what to do. And if he goes, well, let's hook up, then you know. But if he goes, I don't know, I could hook up with some of my friends, then you know that it's platonic. You know what I mean? Like you test the dynamic.
Gotcha.
Test the waters. I mean, listen, I don't agree because I have numerous male friends that I know for a fact are not interested in me. I know this for a fact, and we're just friends. But I do think that probably more often than not, someone, typically a guy, has the feelings a little bit where it's like, well, if the tides were different, but perhaps, you know.
Right.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I think it's a big compass on that one. Mm-hmm. I think there's truth in it. And I think for some dudes, like I'm friends with some women and we're just friends, but they're hot. To where like if that question was thrown at me, I would literally be like, everything would be saying, don't do this. But then, you know, the balls speak up.
You know,
like,
the balls.
But she's hot, you know, and that. But that's it. Like there's 80% don't.
Yes.
And 20% do. And that's annoying. Yeah.
Right.
But that never happens. But theoretically, like, it just depends on the dude, too.
Yeah.
Some guys, you know, are just hornier than others. It's fucking true, man.
Yeah.
Some of my asexual friends that just don't. I'm like, how? What? You just you don't get boners all of the time.
Right.
That's a better life. That's
That is
blissful.
so much more happiness.
I'm
probably.
like, let me stick my dick in that gopher hole over there. Feels warm. Y'all fuck the soil. No, I'm just kidding. Get the minerals.
Get the
Grounding.
minerals.
Sounding?
Ooh, grounding.
Anyways. Yeah, those are my thoughts. Is that enough? Did I say it? I don't know.
I
don't
think,
remember.
man, I think it's not true, but it's also true, like to the effect of, and also this is the difference between like acquaintances and friends. You know, like we all have a lot of acquaintances and people that you work with or you see every once in a while. I don't think that's what she's talking about. I think she's talking about like friends, like you go on trips together.
Yeah, like good friends.
Good friends, like you spend time. You know, you have barbecues together. You go on trips. You know where you're actually spending time. To where like, I think chemistry can really be developed, and it's like over time. I think it's harder pressed to find close friends that both sides are equally platonic.
Yeah.
Versus there could absolutely be one person that's going, I never thought about it once, but then another person's going, maybe, yeah, or I think so, or under the right circumstances.
I feel like the statement, like, they can't just be friends, that's where then I would definitely disagree. Because even if you have somebody who one party is like, yeah, I could definitely be interested in this person if that was an option, but you can still be friends through that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, because she's saying you can't just be friends.
Yeah, you're like, no,
that's
you
a lot
can
more
just,
intense.
You can just be friends. Like,
Yes.
you can just be friends and have one person who in the back of their head is like, oh, man, if things were different, like, wow, maybe I'd fall in love with this person. Like, sure, but you can still just be friends.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I
also,
mean?
if you don't have the self-control to like have an inkling of a thought and be like, oh, I do find them attractive, or I could see my, and
Right.
then not to shut it down and move away from it, but just to like let it bloom into like full-blown love. I think
Yes.
that's more of an issue as opposed to like men and
Correct.
women can't be friends. It's like you maybe have a self-control issue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the source. And that's why you need to do ayahuasca.
Yeah. Get the Jesus juice down you.
No, yeah, there's all a little bit of truth in all of that. But it is harder, for sure.
Yeah.
But I agree no. I disagree
Yeah.
inherently with the statement, but I hear where you're coming from. I'd say I land on that.
I would land on what you just said.
Yeah.
I disagree fundamentally, but boy, I see it happening a lot.
Exactly. I think that's the point.
Yes.
It's like fundamentally wrong, but man, there's a lot of proof to your point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
I
We
understand why the stereotype exists.
Yes.
We all know. I'm sure I have texts right now that could prove it from
A
certain
lot of
friends.
sad Toms just waiting for husbands to die. Once he goes, I might have a shot.
100.
Oh, I've been waiting.
Dude, in our personal relationship, that's happened a million times. During like when we were dating and we broke up for 2 years, all those guys that I thought that she was like, no, zero interest. Every single one of them was like, hey, what's up? Can I take you out? Every one. So that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of proof out there for the point. And every single one, she's like, no, he is by no means interested in me. We have not that at all. And then like day 2 of us being broken up, it was like flowers show up.
A whole album.
Tom, you said we were just friends.
100%.
You were into Better Homes and Garden magazine.
Yeah, you were
I thought that was just pure.
You helped me pick out curtains.
I thought you just loved puppies.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, well, Craig, thank you for coming here and
Thank you
blessing
for
us
having me.
with all of your wisdom and your journey.
Oh,
Craig.
God.
An evolved Craig.
I'm just doing my best here.
Oh,
But thank you.
we just love you, our evolved Uncle Craig.
Just learning and growing.
I love it.
It's so hard. It's so hard. Everything's a test. Did I pass today? But yeah, thank you for having me.
Dude,
And-
I love
man.
you guys.
You are out on the road a lot, so there are
Yes.
plenty of ways that.
CraigConant.com, Craig P. Conant. I'm in, where am I at? Near Chicago, Batavia, Illinois, North Carolina, South Carolina, Toronto, all over the map. Arizona.
Nice.
Look at my website.
Yes, all the website, community service, the podcast, and Craig always has fire merch.
Oh, yeah.
Always has fire
Oh,
merch.
I got some new tie-dye.
Ooh.
Did I bring any? I might have one in the car.
Ooh. Well, I'm
Sorry.
gonna go check that
Yeah,
out.
thank-
Evan's gonna get. I'm gonna get that.
Yeah. It's good
You gave me a
stuff.
hoodie once. We rocked that hoodie. We
It's
both
good. It's
wore
comfy.
it. It's
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
It's good quality.
It's great quality.
Yeah. Why
Mhm.
would I make cheap shit? I care about my people.
Hey.
Yeah.
He's not selfish. He's
No.
self-care-ish.
Yeah, there you go.
So yes.
He's self-ish.
Take care of yourself first is the moral of the story.
We love you all.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye.